Welcome back, viewers. Today, what we're going to be talking about is on the style sheets, HTML style sheets, HTML style sheet. Remember that for us to write a web page, we need to start by writing HTML. We open HTML tag, we close it, we open the edge, we close the edge. We open the body, we close the body. Okay, HTML style sheets helps us in the design of the look and feel of the web page. The colors, the style, the kind of forms, you can put it all together and design it in a notepad. This is what I call the notepad. Um, if you want to get your notepad, you can okay, you can just take it down here. Okay, you can type in here and say notepad, and this is a notepad. Majorly notepad, you can notepad contains, it's a tool for writing HTML. It's either you use a notepad or you use a notepad plus plus. This is what I'm talking about. HTML doc type, then you come to the bottom here and just close HTML. You come up again, you say edge, then you close your edge. You can use capital letter, you can use but mostly sometimes you might want to but make sure you do it in a way that is clear to people that are going to be reading it after you. And you can now put your style sheet. The style sheet I'm talking about here. The style sheet which helps us to design our HTML. We can actually just put it here. We define the style sheet. Let me show you how you define the style sheet. Okay, this is on form. Okay, can you see this is defined? Can you see this is inside the edge? Can you see? I've copied that and I'm going to put it in my let me let you see it very well. Minimize. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it in my notepad here. Do you understand? Can you see this is a link? That means it's actually telling us to go to this location, the URI. This location is on your server. At this location, let me try and let you see what I'm talking about. Let's say this is your server, and remember you're on your computer system. Remember you've typed in. Okay, let's go. Uh, let's use this. Okay, let's create a new folder. Let's call it development. Okay, okay. Um, let me create a new folder. Okay, I'll call it development. Inside the development folder, if you have read your booklets, you should have been told how to do that. You create another new folder. You call it style sheet web page, and inside the style sheet web page, you can now create another folder. Call it commons, or let's call it CSS. Then you create a file. You create a file. You right click, and it will show you this, and you now create a file. um, a file. Well, let's use our notepad, but this time around, when you are going to save it, you change this to dot. You change the name, you change it to css.html. It's going to change the file look. Now if you want to change the file look, you say yes. Can you see it looks like HTML? It looks like a web page. Can you see what I've just done? Then you can now right click it again, and you right click it again and open it with your notepad. Can you see? Can you see? This is the notepad I was using before. Can you see? I can copy all the things I have here and paste it here. That means you're really this is gonna the assignment that you're going to be given this week will have to come look like this, and this is going to be like your project. Can you see the CSS? For me to access for me to access anything inside this place, I need to delete this. That means go back to the CSS folder and look for this file. That's the location. That's what we are calling the URI. All right, and look for this file. And so inside the CSS folder, sorry, we've gone out of that. Let's go back. Inside the CSS folder, you also create another new file and change all the name and call it style. Can you see the name is style? Style.css. Can you see? Do you want to change it? Yes. So that means I can actually reference this style CSS. What is inside this style CSS? The type is a text folder. Can you see the notepad? I can use my notepad plus plus also to do what I'm doing now. Let me try and open. I can open with my notepad plus plus. More app. I'm using a Windows 10, so you can use any Windows to do that. Can you see I can edit it with my notepad plus plus. Can you see this is what's going to agree, cancel. It wants me to pay, but actually for this course you can actually just use your HTML. You can just use your notepad, the normal notepad that comes with your computer system. And so I can define, to go back to our style sheet that we're talking about, I can actually define my tag. This kind of definition, I can define my style sheet tag by using a link inside the head of the HTML development. Or I can put, given that style, this means that I'm going to be referencing a form. I'm going to be referencing this file. If I put a link, that means link me to this particular style sheet here. Or I can just put the style here. I'll define it as text type is equals to text CSS and I'll close it here as style. Okay, then what is going to be inside this style? What is going to be inside this style? I'm going to show you what is going to be inside this style. We can either have, it's just the color, the type, the font size, and let me use this. Can you see? This is a class. That means this is a class. When you're going to be referencing it, this is a class. They call this class. By the time you read your HTML booklet, you understand what I'm saying. Just go to HTML style sheets, and then you close the style. So you can also have this particular style in the one that you have here. You can open this up, paste it here, and just save. All right. So basically, a style sheet can be put in the head, or it can be actually saved as a file on your reference point that you can actually carry alongside with your web page. Now I'm going to be telling you something very important. Now we have three types of style sheet. We have the external style sheet, that's the one that was saved in a file. We have the internal style sheet, that's the one that we actually write on the web page. This is internal style sheet. And we have an inline style sheet. We have the inline style sheet. Inline style sheet, that's the one that is written directly on where you want to actually use it. This is the external style sheet. This is looking for external style sheet. Can you see? The style sheet is changing the font. Can you see it's used on this? This is green. This is a class. Green. This is it. You change the color here. Internet style sheet, that's the one I showed you the other time. Can you see the red? This is where it's being used in the page. Can you see after the body? Okay, so this is the style sheet built into the page, into the website page. Okay. Um, Another one is the inline. Can you see this is a style sheet built into that place of use, but this is not reusable. You cannot be reusing this. That means you have to be typing this every now and then. But you can just define your style sheet on top and use it within this page. You can use it within all this HTML page. But the best way to use style sheet is to write it outside like this, like the one that was shown to you here. And now attach it to any page, any web page that you want to use. Attach it to this, attach it to anyone, you know, and use it. Okay. um all right, so you can save it when you're using it outside. You save it as a file, and that's all about the style sheets. That's all. You can come and read over the book because questions are going to be coming out from this. All right, thank you. That's all we can take for style sheets.